Happiness is beautiful, it's a kind reality. Happiness is the highest good, happiness is free. So let's be so very happy. Yeah, let's be so very happy. Yeah, let's be so very happy.
Welcome to the Happiness Show. This is George Ortega. I'm here with Lionel Ketchian, and we're here to talk about happiness because happiness is, always has been, and always will be the point of it all. Today we're going to be talking about happiness, acting, and the actress. And we have a very special guest with us today. Evelyn Metro has been a professional actress since, I guess, the age of 4. Evelyn, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Great. Okay, actually, I just got to explain, you've been in like hundreds of movies, right?
Hundreds.
Exactly.
Most of them background,
right?
Which we now call background instead of extra. Thank you.
Right.
But I have had upgrades in many, many shows, movies. Yeah.
All right, so Evelyn's going to help us understand how happiness can be as easy as acting more happy. If a person isn't as happy as they want to be, simply by just acting, assuming the role of a happier person, one can become much happier. So let's begin with just that idea of when you get into a role, right? And let's say your role is to be a very, very happy person in a movie or in a play or something. So how does what happens during that process? While you're going through the acting, but going through the reading the script and then portraying this role.
You just said it. You read the script. You have what the author has written, and it's just wonderful. And happiness is great, but I've played a lot of sad parts too, and it sort of stays with you afterwards. So the happiness is much better. Because I've done sad plays like All My Sons and plays like that, which is really sad.
Now, Evelyn, I've got to say something.
Yes.
You just said you rather do the happiness, and you said because when you do the unhappiness, act as if you're unhappy, it stays with you, you said.
It stays with you, yes.
So that basically proves that when you act as if, you take it with you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, that's, I think I just learned more from your roles in unhappiness than I think I did in your roles of happiness.
True. Do a play like a comedy? Wonderful. Matter of fact, I have some of my resumes, some of my Plaza Suite, Come Blow Your Horn. I had that audience on the floor. I mean, but when we left, we're elated. We're so elated. When you do a sad show, when you leave, you're quiet.
Wow.
I mean, there is happiness is just being an actor. Pardon you, don't say actress anymore. Actor.
Oh, is that the new?
That's the new thing. We're actors. So happiness is so important. I love it, and especially comedies because you feel good.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember reading a book on acting several years ago in relation to happiness. I think it was the Stanislavski Method. I think
that's what I learned in the Jefferson School of Acting.
Oh, awesome! Yeah. I'm not exactly sure it's this method, but there's a certain method, and I think it's that where part of it is to do the behaviors of whatever role you're called upon, rather than feeling the emotions for that reason. Because when you feel the emotions, when you get really into the part where you're feeling it completely, it is so powerful. So what happens is, as we're saying, if it's happiness, it's great. I mean, it's a wonderful feeling. But if it's less pleasant, then that's not so pleasant. And I think the author of this book basically demonstrated if someone has a play that's running for 6 months, a year, a few years, to play the part, let's say, that's unpleasant or something that it's so. And again, that demonstrates the power of acting. That just feeling a certain way will just be so powerful. This acting method actually prescribes to behave in that way, which I imagine you act that way more so, less so than feeling it. But you still, when you act a certain way, you still feel that. But again, just feeling that role is very powerful.
It is. It really is. Happiness is so wonderful. You wake up in the morning, the sun is shining, even if it's raining. Today I am happy. And you start off with a good feeling.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
I'm not familiar with acting methods, although I did talk to an actor a little bit about some of these things, and I did get some insights. But my question, Evelyn, is you actually, if you were going to do a happy role or a role portraying a happy person, you actually have to get yourself into that state, don't you? Well, in your case, you may not really have to do it because you're happy.
I really
but
don't.
What I'm really trying to get an idea of is what do you have to tell yourself, what do you have to think, if anything, what do you have to start to do to become that person?
Okay, we get a script. You outline your part. In yellow, mostly we do yellow. And when you're starting to read it, you have the book, you must have, and you see the smiling faces if it's a comedy. You see them in the, the stage hands and the back of the, and they're smiling, so you know that you're doing something good and you're happy. You see, you're happy. But it really is a state of mind.
Okay, so you don't psych yourself up for this?
No.
Now, what about when you do an unhappy role?
That's very sad, really. You're not happy. You're not happy.
But how do you get into that state?
Well, again, you read the script. And you read
But you
the
don't
script.
do any preparations within yourself, like try to associate or the dark moment or something?
Some people do that. That's how they describe acting. They have to get into this. I've been an actor since I'm 4.
Oh.
You see, and
Second
it's
nature.
just part of my life. I love it. So I get a script. If it's sad, can't help it. I got the job. That makes me happy, even though I have a sad script.
Rabbi Pliskin in his book Gateway to Happiness actually made a point that you can change your state instantaneously. We all do it, but we're not aware of it. You ever take a person who's not actually, they've gotten angry. Let's say, there's a family situation. The mother is angry, at her child, for example, and she's, loudly scolding the child. All of a sudden, the phone rings. She picks up the phone, says hello, and hi, Aunt Sue. Oh, it's so great. And he said, what the heck was that?
Yeah, it's just what you're saying. Yes, exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. So we're all actors. We're just not aware we can do it, and we can do it. We do it all the time.
You never pick up the phone and say, hello. Hello. Sure, of course.
Yeah.
And the idea is when you're on a movie or a play with a script and all, you're pretty much bound to play that character, right?
Yes.
But in life, I mean, we create our own characters, right? So really, happiness in this sense is as easy as just creating that role for ourselves and creating the script, creating the behaviors, the feelings.
Another insight that just hit me, and maybe this is crystal clear apparent, but still I think this is unbelievable. You're an actor since 4.
Yes,
so you've been acting for
I knew it then.
So you've been acting for at least 20 years now.
Wait a minute, I got something to tell you. Please, don't ask me how old I am. Only God knows, and she's not telling.
That's cute. Okay, but the point was that you said you've acted you've acted happy roles and unhappy roles, and you really like happy better.
Oh, yes. Yes.
George and I feel happy is better.
Yes.
And everything we do is about convincing people to act happy, but if some people have never played that role, they just don't know how to do it.
Yes.
They can't. They can, but they haven't felt comfortable in doing it.
No, you're right. Don't doctors prescribe certain films when people are sick?
No, they did. Now, you're talking about Norman Cousins.
Yes. They don't do that anymore? I thought they do.
No.
Well, what
so you can laughter, comedies.
Sure.
That you're happy. You see.
Well, I haven't been to a doctor that ever did that.
That does what?
That prescribes, okay, you got diabetes. I want you to take these 2 pills and watch a bunch of funny movies.
Well, the laughter, happiness.
Oh, well, since Norman Cousins, that's much more popular. But he actually brought that into the whole medical arena. Before
if
that,
you're
it was
happy and you're laughing, you're happy. I think it does something good to you, for you.
Oh, yeah.
Your heart,
well, with just the medical profession, I was going to say industry, which maybe is closer to the truth. But anyway, the medical profession is just beginning to understand, the immune system and happiness.
That's what I mean.
Just beginning.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, so with acting, there's the behavior, and then there's the feeling, and then there's a third component. There's the actual script, what an actor says.
Yes.
And relating this to happiness, like even with the happiness research, like this researcher back in 1980 did an experiment. Her name is Karen Hay. She had her subjects read 18 simple statements each morning. Statements like, I feel great, I feel wonderful, life is wonderful. And after about 2 weeks, they were about 25% happier. So again, it's not just acting, it's not just feeling, it's what we say, it's our words. So like, how does that play out, like in the scripts that you read?
Well, just what you're saying. I basically am a happy person, and I like talking to people online, at the supermarket, and you'd be surprised how many people I make happy. I really mean it. I could walk on Madison Avenue, going uptown. This woman is walking, and I've done this many times, and mean it, feel it. Say, gee, I love what you're wearing. Really, and then we walked together for a couple of blocks, and she smiled, and she said, I have this experience every day of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I just love people, talking to people. And I found out a lot of stuff that way. Yeah,
actually, that's how we met. This was like...
Did we not meet, George?
Over the summer, it was
great. Here's this good-looking young guy. Maybe he likes older women.
We were in Manhattan. Yeah, it was great. It was awesome.
Yes, and we met at a bus stop.
Right, it was the day of the marathon.
I love it. And I said, George is my friend.
Fantastic.
Right. And he didn't like older women that much.
Now I'm engaged.
Wow.
All right. But all right. But the idea is like, again, if you're an actor and you're in a role, you've got a part to play. The words are there for you. You can't, sometimes maybe you can rearrange some words, but in life, we create our scripts. We're the screenwriters. We're the authors.
Mm-hmm.
So yes. I mean, this is so important to realize.
Not long ago, I went to see at the Met. What do you call those? All those things at the Metropolitan. Come on, the curtains that they put up all around the place.
Oh, the props and everything?
Well, not the props. Out in the street, in Central Park.
Okay. Oh, yes, I know. I don't know what they call that, but yeah, well, that...
Yeah, it was very nice.
Million...
And it was a very cold day.
Uh-huh.
We waited for that same bus at the same street that I met you, by the florist.
Right.
The bus never came. And next door was a real estate office. They had condos, 1,200,000, 5,000,000. There was pictures in the window. And my friend and I are standing there, and people would stop. I'd get a big crowd, and I'd say, look, we could share that condo. It has 3 bedrooms. I'll take just one in the living room. And well, I had everyone laughing. We waited for that bus almost 45 minutes before it came, and everyone walked away happy because I was saying, why don't we look very good, I'm the older lady, I know how to clean, and you're a young couple with no children. We had a ball for that 45 minutes talking to people. They walked away smiling, and they were all glum when they looked at who could afford a $2 million. I don't know. $2 million? Play the long.
Yeah, I just saw this morning that the average brownstone in New York is now selling for $1.2 something million, and it just hit that.
That was.
And you want to know something? It went up $20,000 or $20,000 or something since December, or 20% or some fantastic, crazy numbers.
Do you know you could have picked one of those up not long ago? George, you and I. George, you and I, Lionel, the 3 of us.
Well, the thing, no, it doesn't matter. Right, we're going to get back to acting, but the thing with money, with these $1 million condos, those people are just slightly happier. Many of them are less happy than the average person, which isn't all that happy. So believe me, that is not the answer.
Isn't it? You said something about money and fame doesn't always make you happy.
Right. Oh yeah, money has a slight over the poverty line, which is about like $40,000 for average family, whatever. Money just hardly matters, and again, so many rich people are less happy than poor people.
Absolutely.
You brought up a good point. You're with friends. You're making them laugh. You're making them smile. All right.
Yes.
Could you explain how, like in acting, the power of the smile to make yourself happy and make others happier?
it really depends on the script, because I have fun outside of the script. That's how I bake brownies and bring them on the set. I have fun, but you have to read, they don't like it when you change one single word of the script. You have to be honest and do what you're told to do. But that's why I like comedy better, because I'm happy. But even if I do something sad, I know that's part of real life. Correct? So it's life.
Right. Again, with the smile, because like there are a lot of behaviors that we can do that express happiness. There's a lot of things we can say. There's different ways we can feel that express it. But the smile, in terms of physical, because we're physical beings, the smile is unique because it is the one behavior, the one expression that really means happiness. That's why we have these smileys and all. So
yeah, I love these. I love his tie.
Right.
I love that tie.
And you're being an actor. You know that all you have to do to smile is smile, and those effects work. I mean, they not only work on you. I mean, if you're an actor in a role and you're called upon to play a certain part of a very happy person, you just smile and it happens, and it's not only for you, but it happens for those who are watching you, for everyone else. So the smile is an extremely powerful and very simple way of becoming happy.
It is very. You know what else is powerful? A compliment.
Wow.
And a meaningful compliment. Yes.
I wish people would do more of that.
Yeah. It is so important.
And sometimes a compliment could be the shortest distance between two souls, because when you pay another person a real compliment,
a real one, I just said a real one,
you just completely take away all that other negative stuff that doesn't mean anything anyway, and you just really connect. And something, I don't know if you do it, when you say hello and everything in a cheery way to some stranger,
I do.
Do you sometimes say, "Oh, that's a nice jacket"?
Yeah, I do.
You'll strike up a
conversation.
Or
I'll say, "I'm an elderly lady. I'm in the city going on an audition. Do you mind if I walk with you?" Oh, not at all.
That's beautiful.
I have done this. I could just tell you a funny story. When I cross the street in New York City, I always take a hand of a gentleman. I said, "You take this old lady across this, Grandma?" "Oh, absolutely. I do this all the time." I said, "And you stand by the side of the car, so if anything happens, it happens to you." And they laugh. So one day I went to a show, and I meet my girlfriend Muriel, and we're sitting there, and in the seat comes the guy. He said, "It's true. I just took you across the street." I said, "Yes." And my girlfriend Muriel said, "Evelyn, you really do that?" I said, "Here he is. He is probably."
Well, the old story about how to pick up a guy. I mean, you actually do pick up a guy.
I do, but they don't.
That's great.
I'd have to be about 40 years younger.
Well, I don't think you could ever age if you tried.
Yeah. Age is just a number, and mine is really unlisted.
That's good.
Very good.
All right. So, Evelyn, we've talked some about, like how happiness is it's as easy as acting happily.
It is. It really is.
So, but what I want to know about now, let's talk about, like, you've been an actress since you were
young.
4.
So
an actor,
young.
right? So, what is it that you love about acting?
The money.
No, they'll forget the money. Most actors, do you know, they're
waiters and waitresses.
Yes, they are. I wouldn't even tell you, because we get the figures in my SAG magazine or the after. But only maybe 2% are the top people who make the money. The other 98 are like me.
So, to go back to George's question, you feel that your question is basically, what is the...
What is it that you love about acting? What is it, because, a lot of, like, I've never been a professional actor.
The only thing I could think of, it lets you be many different people. That's probably it.
I have a question about that. Does getting to be many different people, does that get you to know yourself better?
Maybe, but I also like myself, and that's very important. That's my upbringing.
Did you always? Yeah,
I always was sure of, even when I couldn't sing as a kid, I'd say to everyone, "Now I'm going to sing Coming Through the Rye. You got to listen." Maybe I was 9. I couldn't sing, really. And yet I've done shows where I sang, because if you put it across, and I love the audience.
Then they love it.
And they love it. And I can't sing.
That's great.
Oh, yeah, I've played Grandma and Pippin for a very good group. Now, Grandma sings a very beautiful song about when she was younger and now that she's older, but she still loves life.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great song. I can't remember it now. Forget it. But now the point is, it depends. I love the audience.
You know, I'm thinking, because like a lot of happiness really has to do with other people. You know, according to the research, other people are our main source of happiness.
Absolutely.
And like you're saying, you know, like acting allows you to take on other roles, kind of be other people.
Yes.
And I'm wondering if that like helps you to understand other people more than you would otherwise, and then you can relate. Yeah,
maybe that's it. Because when I leave here, I might find some older man to take me across the street.
You know, I can see where you're coming from when you do that. In other words, when you're in the street and you see a person and you just walk up to them and talk to them, you're really talking to them like a live audience.
Yes.
You know,
like, their reaction to me.
You're sort of entertaining them. You're entertaining yourself. You're engaging them just like you do with the audience.
But they're happy that I'm doing this.
Absolutely.
I can't tell you, they are really happy.
I would be happy if you walked over
so
me.
They're alone. I'm alone. And I stop them, and we're crossing the street together, so we say something, oh, the weather isn't so good, or tomorrow it's going to be rain. So they spoke to me, and I showed that I liked them. That's happiness. I love it.
Well, not only do I agree with you, but my sense of the world is that would be not a nice world. That is the way the world probably really can work. I mean, why not talk to people?
Why not? Absolutely.
Yeah. What kind of world did we create where we don't talk to people?
You're 100% correct. Absolutely. Why can't we just talk? Why do we have to be this way? Why can't we just talk to people?
Yeah. And you know,
I talk to everyone. I really do.
What's great about acting also is that, like, you know, a lot of us have jobs where we're relating to, let's say, a piece of machinery or some papers or things, some numbers. But, you know, life is really about relating to people, and that's what acting is.
That's what it is.
Yeah, as this discussion has progressed from the very beginning, I can now see that as a successful actor, because you've done it for a long time and you're still doing it, you did it from a young age, acting, whether acting gave you the confidence or you had the confidence, we won't debate it, but you certainly have confidence. And I think that being happy and having confidence in yourself allows you to connect with other people because you're not afraid of being rejected by someone.
Oh, that's a good point. Wonderful point. Acting, when you look for work, it's mostly rejection. If you can't take rejection, you should not be in the business.
How much rejection is there? I mean, if there was a 1 to 10, do you get every job?
No way,
do you
Jose.
Get half the jobs?
Oh, no. I would say you could go on. They have statistics on it, so I don't want to quote something wrong, but I know that I go on many auditions, and I'll get 1 or 2 jobs.
And that's great learning. That's great training for happiness and for life. Because, like, what happens is in life, I mean, there's a lot that we want that we don't get.
Exactly.
You know? So it's like being a salesperson also. If your career demands that much of what you want isn't you know, you don't get, and then you ultimately realize, hey, this isn't necessary. You know, this isn't necessary.
You can still be happy even if you don't attain your goal. So what?
Well said.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly right.
Of course. Why? We have this wonderful life on this planet.
Most people don't work like that.
Yeah.
As soon as something doesn't go the way they want or they get rejection, boom, it's the end of the world.
No, not when you're in this business. We have cattle calls. They're called cattle calls.
Yes.
We get up early in the morning, and there'll be the line up. But you walk down the line, you say, oh, hi, Ruth. I just saw your commercial. And this one tomorrow, I didn't get it. And we are really basically happy. We know each other. We've been doing this for years. We stand on the line. Actors are not... Well, maybe the big shot actors are not happy. I don't know. But we are fine. The ones like me.
Yeah, we've just got about 3 minutes left, so I'd like to hear about, like, some of your happiest moments as an actor.
Oh, okay. Happy moment, very quick. I have an audition on Canal Street. It's a go-see. A go-see is a print job. To go see. Can't find a place to park. I drove into the city from Eastchester, driving around. I see a meter 10 blocks away from Canal Street. There were 2 gentlemen, foreign gentleman delivering something around the corner. So I parked there and I said, "Gentlemen, if I give you 4 quarters, would you please put it in my car? Because you're in the neighborhood delivering. I'm an actress."
Right.
Actress, old picture, young picture, ha ha ha. Would you do it? And the guy looks at me in his accent. He says, "I do better than that. Get into my car. I drive you there." Now, if my husband knew that I got into cars with drove me to Canal Street, helped me out of the car, went upstairs. I have moments like this. I could write a book of the wonderful things that have happened to me.
Do you think that that kind of happiness allows life to actually bring you the best it possibly can?
Because I trust, you see, and I like them. I saw them delivering they actually helped me. Of course, they didn't wait, but by that time I walked home and I had plenty of, less than an hour in my meter. I've had, once my car broke in the middle of Madison Avenue and 35th, and the steam is coming. No, it wasn't Madison, it was like First Avenue. I don't remember, it's so long ago. I needed water, and out of the park come 2 men, drunkards, I hate to say it, please. They filled their bottles with water and put it in. "Lady, we'll help you. We'll help you." And they actually did. And the guy is directing traffic. He doesn't know. And this happened to me. I've had things like this. I gave them $5, but it was not wise because they were just going to buy some cheap liquor with it. But why not be happy?
Right.
That makes them happy. Fine.
That's great.
And they filled my thing, and I was able to get home with the bottles. There was a fountain. They filled it, put it in. And these are true. I have stories like that. You know, a lot of things happen in Manhattan.
All right, great.
But this is happiness. I was so happy. I said, "Thank you, fellas. Thank you."
Yeah, it seems like, a lot of your happiness really does come from your interactions with others.
To other people. Right. I'm going to tell you right now, it's my attraction to other people. You can't be happy alone. You got to talk to people.
Great.
I love it.
All right, well, Evelyn, thank you so much for helping us understand.
Old and new. 20 years ago, I was really, where are you? There you are.
There we are.
Again, remember, I mean, happiness is really just, it's as easy as acting happily. And, you know, you can learn from an actor. I mean, it's that easy.
Learn from a professional.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Positively. 100%.
All right. Well, that's all we have time for today. Thanks for watching.
This was great. I love it. This was such a wonderful thing with these 2 great guys.
Okay, in the future, we'll explore other topics designed to help us better enjoy life. Be good, think well, feel very happy, and I hope you join us again next week here on The Happiness Show.
Happiness is powerful. It's our underlying need. Happiness is why we live each day. Happiness is destiny. So let's be so very happy. Yeah, let's be so very happy. Yeah, let's be so very happy.